Targeting. Player safety makes sense. Targeting in college football, where, by the way, outside of targeting, these kids are allowed to blow each other up in a manner that the NFL would have a yellow flag out, and in a manner in which, if the yellow flag doesn't come out, people are like, where the hell's the yellow flag?
Right.
Okay, in the NFL. These kids are blown. The number of times I saw full body weight sacks of quarterbacks last night that didn't get flagged. Again, that'll lump it into my fix to this issue. But targeting is an issue in college football, and has been for a while, because it's so damn inconsistent from game to game. And targeting last night, in terms of the inconsistency, reared its ugly head right off the bat, and of course with Big Ten refs, who I relish referring to on my Twitter feed at Rich Eisen with poop emojis. And I didn't think it would take literally one game for the Big Ten refs to Big Ten ref. And then, of course, invariably, I'll talk about the poop emojis with the Big Ten refs, and I'll see Pac-12 ref holding my beer, all that sort of stuff. And that's because it's inconsistent across the entire college football landscape. So, last night, The Ohio State University at the University of Minnesota. I will start with this. Boy, is The Ohio State University loaded with talent once again.
Just reload.
Once again, and I know there's a first half of football. First half of football in college football is just going to be choppy everywhere. It's just always choppy. If your team comes out of the gate looking fresh out of the box, like your midseason or postseason form, tu salud, congratulations. You know, even The Ohio State University, with NFL prospects all over the lot, took them a half with their new quarterback to get started. Everybody looks terrific, just like the Ohio State stuff. Quarterback looks terrific. Wide receivers are schemed wide open by Ryan Day. Wide open. And then I'm sure they run terrific routes too. We shouldn't just lay it all on the scheme. And then you got running backs who just find a seam on a 3rd and 4 dump pass because the blocking is perfect, and they find a seam, and they are much faster than your defensive backs and safeties. They find a seam and gone.
Very much
See
fast.
it. See it. In the same way that Zeke did it like 10 years ago, now there's more.
And they're faster.
They just keep churning them out, and then invariably there's going to be somebody who rushes the passer, generationally talented. Okay, it is kind of like a machine now at the Ohio State University. They're all terrific, and game-changing plays. Last night the game turned on a strip sack, fumble, return, touchdown. all that stuff. And that's what I'm also accused of being an Ohio State hater, and thus me bitching about this targeting play. I'm biased. No, I don't like inconsistent officiating, and I don't like officiating that's, what's the word for it? Stinks. And Big Ten refs have this problem every year, and I know SEC ref, everyone will complain about their refs. But last night, what we saw in the fourth quarter, Ohio State was winning this game. This is not about, look, Minnesota could have scored late, and then Ohio State could have somehow gone 3 and out with all of their talented players, and Minnesota could have gotten it back and marched down the field and played overtime. I mean, sure, but that wasn't happening. But it was a 2-score game. Minnesota is trying to make it a 1-score game, just trying. And they are robbed of getting the football in a first down because their receiver, Mike Brown-Stevens, was blown up by Lathan Ransom. Interesting. Ransom is the last name of the play. The guy who hit the receiver in the head with the crown of his head, side of the head. I mean, sure, shoulders made contact, whatever, but he hit the guy, basically knocked him out. Ball comes loose. It's now with the kid on the ground as the ball came loose with him going down on the ground after getting the 2 feet down. It was possession and fumble, no doubt about it. But the reason why he fumbled is because he got hit in the side of his head and was essentially knocked out. You could see when these kids get knocked out, ball comes out, and they don't even put their hands down and try and break their fall. They just, boom, go down. So I see it. I know it. I've been watching football forever. I don't put on the stripes. But I know it. I see it. You could see it. And the official rules catch fumble on the field. The play's under review. And I guess the play was under review to see if it was a possession and a fumble. Like, did it never dawn on him for targeting? Because there was no flag on the field. But through replay, because of the player safety rule, you can put a flag on the field through replay for targeting, and they didn't. And it's like, all right, that's the way we're going to start this season. And because this has nothing to do with Ohio State and Minnesota, it could be anybody. It's coming for your team. It's coming for your team. It's going to happen to your team. We all know it. And I saw a flag for targeting get picked up in Central Florida and Boise State Lake. Trust me, East Coast people, it happened while you were sleeping at 1 a.m. And I agreed with the pickup of that flag too, because I think that the kid didn't he didn't hit him in the head. He got this head to the side of the player and he hit him hard. It's interpretive. I understand. It should be uniform. And if we are in the age of Zooming, if I can zoom into a meeting and somebody on the East Coast could zoom into a meeting and somebody in the Southeast can zoom into the meeting and someone from Europe could zoom into the same meeting. In this day and age where we're Zooming, we're Microsoft Teamsing, we're doing whatever we're doing. And we're also becoming more uniform as a sport because we're starting to poach people from somebody's conference into somebody else's conference, and we're now having historic alliances for things like, academia.
The alliance, Rich.
The alliance. Historic alliance. We're all lying. Can we get a historic alliance on what targeting is by getting every official in every conference? I know what, that's like 1,000 people maybe. Good. Get a bigger Zoom room. Just like in Jaws, they realized they needed a bigger boat. Get a bigger room. And hash it out. So we don't see something different in the ACC from the Big Ten, from the so on and so forth that could go on and on and on. Let's go. This is what it is. Let's get it more uniform. Why can't we? It's coming for your team. It's coming for your team. It's coming for my team. I know it. I know it. Just as sure as I know this, okay? I know this. I got a direct message from my buddy Don. How are you, Don? Fraternity brother from Michigan. You ready for the Michigan season tomorrow? You know what I wrote back? No, I am not. No, I am not.
Absolutely
not. No, I am not. And he goes, why not? Let's go. New quarterback, new defensive coordinator. And I'm like, I am fired up. I'm fired up. And I also won't take the cheese trying to reach for my remote after an invariable turnover in the first quarter keeps Western Michigan in it. Like, that's the usual thing. I'm scarred after the last few years with my team, but I'll be there for them. Maybe that won't happen in the first quarter. Maybe we'll come out fresh out of the box, Jim's team, against Western tomorrow. But I'll be holding my breath. Targeting. It's coming for your team. You think it's there? It's not. It's not there. It should be. Like last night. And we could freeze frames and stuff like that. I am looking at a screen of a crown of a helmet of somebody who's clearly leaping at the kid, hitting him in the side of the head, and then on replay, you see the kid go limp.
Yeah.
And a football is resting on the back of his knees. Yep. I proffer to say somebody who's already gotten 2 feet down and possession, there's a reason why the ball's on the back of his knees. Come on, man. Be better. Be better. You're in the Big Ten. Wouldn't it change the outcome of the game? I don't think. This is not a Michigan-Ohio State thing. Please don't fill my timeline with that garbage. Please don't. I'll shoot you straight every single time. You bet I wanted Minnesota to win last night. But I can call it as I see it because it's coming for your team. And college football, it's just like if we're going to start paying kids for their name, image, and likeness, and we're going to start creating super alliances amongst 3 conferences and start poaching Big 12 to go to the SEC, we're already trying to become a professional league. Get the officiating down pat, please. One big-ass Zoom in Mike Pereira's Zoom room. Let's figure out how he can let people in so he doesn't have to figure out how to keep admitting people. Please. Here endeth the lesson. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.